I put up my latest video, Stalin Was a Fascist, which I'm linking, uh, 9 days ago at this point. I put it up on Wednesday. Today is the following Friday, and it has gotten a lot of engagement, which I expected, and a lot of comments, but I found something really interesting and intriguing happening in the comments, and that is this real kind of sense of defensiveness from a lot of commenters. It seemed that there wasn't really space to have an academic discussion or to even discuss it academically without feeling defensive. And I feel like I kind of said the same thing there. What I mean is, people came at this video with a set of preconceived notions that either Stalin was good or bad, and they watched my video to determine if Stalin was good or bad, and what did I say, and then go from there. And a lot of the comments were defending a particular ideology. Now, I expected a lot of people to get upset about my discussion of fascism, and that happened. What I found interesting was who these commenters pulled into the conversation that I didn't. In particular, people brought up Donald Trump and Mao Zedong. They were both in one comment, but there were implications in others, and I didn't bring them up in the video. And I find that really interesting because, yeah, there were implications in the video about Donald Trump's presidency and the rise of fascism in the GOP in the US, but it was a phrase in a sentence. I just mentioned that China gained control, became fully communist in 1949. That was the only mention of communist China in the entire video, and yet there they are in my comments. Why? Why is this such a thing that we need to yell about? Why are we so worked up about this? And it makes me think that there is, or there has been, a shift in our society that we've gotten very, very defensive about our political choices, that it becomes hard to accept a different point of view. And the comments that I responded to were asking clarifying questions or clarifying my position that I could clearly see the commenter had misunderstood. And, you know, I do apologize if I was unclear, and I'm more than happy to clarify my statements. That said, it seemed like a lot of people saw the beginning part of the video, decided what the end was going to be, and felt that it was an attack on their politics, and came to their own defense accordingly. I see this in my classroom a lot, and I see this on social media. We've all seen this on social media. It's out there, and it's a thing that we do, and it's a problem. Not because people are passionate. Be passionate about your politics, absolutely, but because people are unwilling to accept that there is potentially a different idea that uses different sources, might come to a completely opposite conclusion, or that there's an idea out there, a worldview out there that says this person was not a good person, and that gets conflated into your ideas are bad, this person was bad, therefore you are bad. That's not what I said. What I don't understand, and what I'm trying to figure out, and what I hope y'all will think about, why does that happen? Why does my statement about Stalin was a fascist turn into people who support certain political figures are bad people? And it wasn't just people who support fascists are bad people. It was people who support communists are bad people. People who support Lenin are bad people. That's not what I said. So where does this defensiveness come from? Where does this need to defend a position so ferociously come from? Can we have a conversation in an academic setting about politics? Can we have a conversation between people who have studied different types of political systems? Can we have an academic discussion between those people and not have it devolve into name calling? Or are we stuck with this defensiveness? I hope not. And I hope that everyone who commented on the last video thinks about that. It's a good tactic, I think, in general. When someone says something about a topic, whether it is politics, whether it is race, class, gender, sexuality, whether it's about your favorite football team, if you feel defensive about that, sit with that. Think about that. What is it that's driving you to that defensive reaction? Because I think that's the core of this inability to have this political discussion, this academic discussion of politics. Just some thoughts. But yeah, it's been interesting watching those comments. So there we are. Rough video today. Not really editing it much, just going up. Just some thoughts that I had. And yeah, we'll see you in the next.